Well, Joelle is making her debut here at HSN. Look, my crew is afraid to even show it. I met Joelle last night, and you've seen her products in some very high-end retailers where you get one. We're doing the set of two, and you just pick your color of choice. I love that we've got the butter yellow, we got the red times two, and we got the white times two. And Mark, can I show this? Just because you have to compare it to what is out there in the real world. And now this is actually my better one. Even Victoria, she's like, oh, you should see my butter dish. We all have butter dishes of shame. Ah, right? It's scary. So Joelle, I think the big question is, if you don't have this, what is the alternative? And that was one of the things that kind of sprang to mind. Why did you do this? You didn't want us to have this at home, right?
No, I couldn't live like that anymore. I'm kind of hoping you won't have to live like that anymore either. So.
Thank you, thank you. Well, yes. I know there are a couple of things, well, a number of things that make this so special. And boy, when you read the reviews on this product, people go absolutely bananas. I'm from a dairy farm. I didn't even know that people refrigerated their butter until I was in college, because I'm from the school of thought. I like my butter to spread. I like to taste if it's salted or unsalted, if it's grass-fed. But you know, there's this whole, there are compound butters. We're all doing something fancy with our butter. If you want to get the best taste, you found a way to make it easy and simple,
That's right? That's right. So, so I created Buttery. And so Buttery is a butter dish with an attached flip-top lid. So it keeps your butter protected and it keeps your countertops clean. And Buttery also includes a matching spreader.
I know, I think that's so cool.
Thank you.
You know, talk a little bit about the design. So this is BPA free.
Yes.
A lot of people were talking about that flip top lid because many of us have them in that open design. Right. Otherwise you're doing what? You're taking a lid off something.
Exactly.
There's nothing quite like this with that flip top design.
So this, I actually brought this from home. This is what I used to use before I had Buttery.
You're so much better than me.
It was still a train wreck though.
Right.
So the problem is with the lid. So you gave up on the lid. You couldn't do the lid anymore.
True.
So I couldn't stand this lid. It always got so messy with butter and I never wanted to set a messy lid down on my counter or table. So I'd end up like flipping it over to try and keep my counter clean.
Yeah, we all do.
Okay, now you can't grab that without getting butter all over your hands.
Yeah, it's right.
So sometimes you try and scoop it from underneath, but there's butter everywhere and it's flopping into the butter or it's dropping and breaking.
Right.
So Buttery solves that problem.
It does.
So by attaching the lid.
Okay, that's so smart, isn't it? You know, and one of the things that people love online too, there's like this little bumper guard, right? Can we show everybody that? I mean, if we turn it around, and I love the fact that the spreader is included. So I'll do it backwards for everybody. So here's this little bumper. Now, why did you do that?
Just so when you fling it open, you're not crashing it against your countertop. Yeah. It's a little extra added detail.
I mean, it's like the details, you know, the difference is in the details. You know, people are gonna say, okay, now I got two of them. Why, if people are saying, what are some of the things that you hear when people say, oh, I got a set of two? You can use them with more than just butter, right?
Oh, for sure. So this one here, we have some cream cheese in here. So it's really nice if you're doing bagels and cream cheese. You have a nice serving piece for your cream cheese. People do salted and unsalted butter, so they have one for each.
In fact, you know what? That butter of shame is actually my baking dish, because I've got two. My salted one that I keep, which is worse, trust me, because that's the one that stays by the oven.
Right.
That one I was too embarrassed to bring in, I'll just tell you that right now. And to your point, how are you keeping your butter now? Is it working for you? How do you clean this? Because I think that's something that I would want to know if I were at home.
Super easy to clean, super easy to clean. So first of all, the lid does snap off. So there's no nooks or crannies.
Oh, nice.
Yep, nowhere for the butter to hide.
Okay.
And it's also dishwasher safe.
Yeah.
So you can just pop it in the dishwasher or you just run it under the sink. I'd actually just run it under the hot water for a few seconds.
Can you show them too? Now, this is like a little non-slip grip that's in there, right?
Yep, so this kind of keeps your butter in place.
Oh, that's so smart.
Thank you.
It is.
Thank you.
You were also showing me last night, because a lot of times a recipe will call for a cup of butter, in which case you got 2 sticks. Will 2 sticks fit in this?
Yes, ma'am.
How did I know that? It's like the magic of television.
So funny. And it also holds the European size butter, right?
I know, because if you do the bulletproof coffee like I do, the European butter that they, you know, you can do a lot of things. I won't say the brand name, but it is like that block of butter. And traditional butter, if you're doing this, I got to show you again. I mean, I love that my director was afraid to show and so 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm ferrying this across the street, and I am not necessarily a great driver, and I had to make sure that I didn't hit the brakes, you know, because the butter would have went flying. But this is actually, quote unquote, my good one. Because I just gave up on the lid altogether. And you, like I said, you're a better woman than I in a lot of reasons. Yours was what most people are dealing with, right?
Right.
It's the lid.
It's the lid. I couldn't handle this lid anymore.
I know.
So by attaching the lid,
That is so smart.
the lid's never going to drop and break into, drop and break
won't.
or land in the butter.
By the way, this is Joelle's debut here, and people are loving it.
I'm so
It is yellow. Last call. Eric is getting the butter dish. Says it's a great idea. Now Nancy refrigerates her butter, and the only thing I'll say about that, like I said, I'm from a dairy farm, so I told Joelle this story. I actually, and it's probably because again, my dad's a dairy farmer. I didn't even know that people refrigerated their butter until I went to college. I know that sounds crazy, but when you're from a farm, and I know different strokes for different folks, this might be a way for you to try that. To, you know, and I only say it because I'll give you an example. I used to refrigerate my tomatoes, and don't refrigerate your tomatoes. The taste is not the same. And I'm, you know, again, potato, but if you haven't, you know, kept your butter at room temperature, just because now it's easy, it's neat, it's pretty, this might be a nice way to do that. Brian, my friend Brian on Facebook, love to have you there. Diane and Cindy and Frankie, Selene, Monica, Grace, nice to have you here. Hey, Rick, how many left on the butter yellow? Okay, we have only 150 on that butter yellow. The set of 2, remember, there's your red, last 500 of the white, and then the red, we ordered, quote unquote, the most in the red, but there is still fewer than 1,000 there. So honestly, Allison, because again, maybe you've seen Joelle's product elsewhere, high-end retailers, etc. She loves the butter dish. She says it changes everything.
Thank you, Allison.
A game changer, Joelle. You did good.
Thank you. It just makes using butter easy in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Easy and convenient.
Thank you so much. I know I'm going to have to get mine. No more butter dishes of shame.
All right.